So I thought I would do a show on who was King Solomon. The Bible paints him to be a very heroic king, but I wanted to know who he really was. So I'm doing this show. Not much else I need to say. Let's get on with the video. According to the Bible, when David was old, Adonijah usurped the throne for himself, supported by Joab, chief commander of David's army, and Abiathar, one of the chief priests. Before he died, David instructed Solomon to execute Shimei, who had supported Absalom's rebellion. He also wanted Joab put to death, and Solomon did both. He also executed Adonijah on the premise that he was still scheming for the throne because he requested to marry a maiden from David's harem. After that, the nations recognized Solomon as king, and he allied himself with Egypt by marrying Pharaoh's daughter. 1 Kings 5-6 gives us the story of the building of the temple, using both skilled workmen from Tyre and forced labor. Whereas the temple was completed in 7 years, it took 13 years to build Solomon's palace. The biblical account of Solomon is an idealized version of Solomon, much like the stories Americans make up of beloved former presidents. So, who is the real Solomon? Unfortunately, extra-biblical documentation either hasn't survived or hasn't been found yet. Therefore, we are stuck with this as our primary source. However, we can still glean glimpses of the real historic Solomon. The narrative of the end of David's life, while some of it may be true, is propaganda, rationalizing both Solomon's accession to the throne, even though he wasn't one of David's older sons, and the subsequent executions Solomon carried out. It is doubtful, but not impossible, that Solomon married one of Pharaoh's daughters, because Pharaoh's daughter makes a frequent appearance in Arab folklore. Furthermore, the stories of the two prostitutes fighting over a baby and the visit from the Queen of Sheba were probably stories made up long after Solomon's death. Solomon did not write the books attributed to him. I know, shocker. The wisdom books were written or compiled long after he died, so how did he become identified with them? If Egypt at the time was typical for Middle Eastern kingdoms, Solomon would have been the patron while scribes did the work. Solomon, as a king, would have begun royal pursuits, such as patron of learning and literature, and as such, his main connection to wisdom would have been as a patron. Whether he personally authored any of it is in dispute. Solomon would have been a wealthy and powerful ruler, but by the standards of the ancient Near East, he can be considered to have ruled an expanded city-state, not an empire. Most of his people, it seems, did not regard him as wise, since they rebelled after his death. Another truth we can glean from the text is that Solomon only gained the throne by a coup and replacing Adonijah. In addition, Solomon sacrificed at the high place in Gibeon, probably to other gods. The compilers put it at the beginning of his reign because Yahweh's temple had not yet been completed so he could offer his sacrifice to Yahweh in the temple, even though he most certainly did not offer the sacrifice in Gibeon to Yahweh. Basically, we don't know all that much about the real historic Solomon. If you like this kind of content, hit the like button, press the subscribe button, and if you would like to be notified when I come out with new content, press the bell next to the subscribe button. My Twitter, Discord, email, and PayPal links are in the description, along with the source that I used for this video. Please leave comments in the comment section. I love hearing from you. You can also leave your requests in the comment section, or you can DM me on Twitter, or you can email me. Question everything and never be afraid. Here are a couple of videos from my library. If you have not watched them yet, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until next time, friends, goodbye.